I've been an English teacher for 20 years, and if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that grading long-form essays is the absolute evening and weekend killer of this job. It's tedious, it takes forever, and honestly, it's where most of us burn out. But AI grading is changing that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it good? Is it safe? Is it going to make my students' writing better? Today, I'm breaking down exactly how AI EssayGrader works. To do this, I'm going to take the example of EssayGrader.ai, a widely popular AI essay grader used by over 100,000 teachers in K-12 classrooms across the US, and show you how it can save you up to 20 hours of grading every single month. Alright then, here is what I'm going to cover in this video. You're going to learn what is an essay grader and how does it work, how to use your own custom rubrics or rubrics aligned to state standards like the Texas STAAR, Florida B.E.S.T, California CAASPP, AP, or even IB for consistent, unbiased grading. How AI essay graders actually compare to human grading accuracy. Trust me, these results might surprise you. What teacher in the loop really means in the context of using an AI grader like EssayGrader.ai. How deep native LMS integrations reduce copy and paste and document download upload friction. And most importantly, how these AI grading tools protect student data with FERPA, CAASPP, NIST SP800-53 security. Whether you're an individual teacher evaluating an AI essay grader to reduce your grading backlog, or you're a district admin looking for a structured way to roll this out safely, this video is for you. Let's get into it step by step. What is an AI essay grader and how does it work? Step by step. An AI essay grader is a purpose-built AI platform designed specifically for teachers to grade long-form content like essays. Think of it as a digital teaching assistant that handles the heavy lifting of essay evolution. It assists you by grading essays based on your own rubrics while aligning to your state or curriculum standards, and most importantly, your unique expectations of your students. It doesn't replace your nuanced judgment, it simply augments it so you can provide high quality, actionable feedback for an entire class in the time it used to take to grade just 1 or 2 papers. So let's dive into the steps to see it in action. Step 1. Upload an entire class's essays in 2 clicks. You can simply upload files from your computer, or better yet, connect your LMS. Whether you're using Google Classroom, Canvas, or Schoology, you can import all your student submissions in a click or 2. The best part? You don't have to jump between systems or upload and download 30 different PDFs. Everything stays in one place. Step 2. Let your rubric shine. Next, you upload your school or district rubric or select built-in state standards assessments to start grading. AI isn't inherently very smart, so AI doesn't guess. It evaluates strictly based on the criteria you define in the rubric. That's exactly why grading essays in bulk is such a good use case for AI. Essay grading is structured, it's rule-based, it's rubric-driven, and AI excels at being structured and rule-based. You can upload your own district rubric or select from the rubric library in EssayGrader.ai. It comes preloaded with rubrics for Texas STAAR, Florida B.E.S.T, or California CAASPP. Because the AI is locked to your specific rules, the grading remains consistent and objective. Step 3. AI-powered grading. Once the rubric is set, AI essay grading platforms like EssayGrader.ai read through a stack of class essays and evaluate each rubric category. It analyzes essays for their structure, clarity, tone, evidence, grammar, and then suggests a score based on your rubrics and grading criteria. Step 4. Academic integrity and safeguards. A strong AI grading platform will run built-in integrity checks concurrently on step 3. They will scan essays for excessive use of AI-assisted writing. They do this by evaluating writing patterns, originality of the essay, and language complexity. While this is not always foolproof, it generally gives teachers good insight into AI usage. Lastly, these platforms will also check for plagiarism in the essays. These checks help preserve academic integrity. Step 5. The human touch. Teacher's review of the student work. This is probably the most important step. You review everything. You then adjust scores, edit feedback, add personalized growth comments. Remember, you make the final decision on your student grades and feedback, and you know your students better than any AI tool available. Once the feedback is finalized, you export feedback back and grades to your LMS, or email them to students if you don't use an LMS at your school. Now, each student receives personalized, highly structured and actionable feedback with growth insights that would have been otherwise impossible for the teacher to provide without taking 2 weeks to complete grading. That's it. That's the workflow. How AI essay grading works. Now that you understand the inner workings of an AI essay grader, the next question is, how can these programs help teachers like you in the classroom? How can AI essay graders help teachers and schools admins? The teacher's perspective, from burnout to brilliance. Purpose-built AI grading platforms like EssayGrader.ai can go far beyond simply assigning scores for the essays. They fundamentally change your capacity as a teacher. These programs allow you to grade full class essays in less than an hour instead of the typical 6 to 8 hours. Apply consistent rubric standards across every student in a way that is almost impossible when you're on your 25th essay at 10 p.m. at night. Compare student writing growth over time. See how Olivia's argumentative structure improved from September to February. The standards benchmarking. AI graders like EssayGrader.ai are calibrated to these common state standards like STAAR, B.E.S.T, and CAASPP. It also acts as a benchmark. You can instantly see how your class is performing against the state expectations before testing season even starts. You'll see class-wide writing trends. If the AI flags that 60% of your students are struggling with counter-arguments, you don't have to guess. You can see that learning gap immediately and pivot your next lesson plan to address it. Because when grading becomes this fast and structured, teachers can spend more time conferencing with students, support struggling writers with targeted interventions, reduce burnout without sacrificing instructional quality or even their personal time. The administrator's perspective, systemic success. And for my school coaches and administrators watching this video, EssayGrader.ai can provide school level and district level writing analytics, helping identify systemic gaps and track students' writing growth over time. Instead of waiting for end-of-year test results, you can get a real-time pulse on writing performance across the entire district. You can identify systemic gaps early, track progress over time, and allocate resources exactly where they're needed most. Tools like EssayGrader.ai allow school admins to move from reactive to proactive. What is EssayGrader.ai? EssayGrader.ai is a purpose-built AI grader built from the ground up for teachers by teachers. Essentially, it's one of the largest specialized AI grader platforms for K-12 teachers and university educators. While we've seen the basic workflow and how it works earlier, it's the scale that provides its reliability. It's currently trusted with over 100,000 teachers across 1,000 schools. What sets it apart from generic AI tools like ChatGPT is EssayGrader.ai's versatility. Generic AI graders struggle with context. EssayGrader thrives in it. For instance, EssayGrader.ai doesn't just grade digital docs. It grades handwritten student submissions as well with high accuracy. Whether it's standard essays, a complex research paper, or even short answer lab reports. It's designed to handle the full spectrum of ELA, history, social studies assignments while providing more uniform grading across entire classes or even districts that simply wasn't possible before. What role do teachers play when grading with EssayGrader.ai? Whenever we talk about AI in education, there's an important question that always comes up. What role does the teacher actually play in all of this? Is the AI doing the grading, or is the teacher still in control? That distinction matters. So let's talk about the role of teachers when using EssayGrader.ai. EssayGrader.ai is built around the teacher in the loop philosophy, meaning the program supports the grading process, but you, the teacher, will always remain fully in control and have the final say on feedback and grades. I already shared this in detail earlier, but for retention, let's look at how this works in practice. You define the rules, you select or upload your specific rubrics. The AI only knows what you tell it to care about. You review EssayGrader generated feedback for every student. If the AI missed a subtle metaphor or a brilliant connection a student made, you simply edit the feedback or adjust the score in seconds. You add the human insight. You take that saved time to write those personalized growth comments, the kind that encourage a struggling writer or challenge an advanced one. But the most powerful part of this role isn't just grading. It's instructional insight. Because you aren't stuck in the grading weeds for 10 hours, you can actually look at the class-wide analytics. If EssayGrader flags that 60% of your class is struggling with counter-arguments, you don't have to wait until the end of the semester to find out. You can pivot your lesson plan for tomorrow to address that specific gap. At the end of the day, EssayGrader isn't here to replace your nuanced judgment as a teacher. It's here to scale your expertise so you can spend less time behind a screen and more time mentoring your students. Does EssayGrader.ai grade with custom rubrics or state standards? Now, if teachers are selecting rubrics and staying in the loop, the next logical question is, can EssayGrader.ai truly grade based on your district rubric and your state standards? Let's take a closer look. One of the biggest strengths of EssayGrader.ai is its ability to adapt to your specific rules. It doesn't force you to change your teaching to fit the AI. It changes its grading to fit your rubrics. For teachers in the US, the platform is calibrated for the most rigorous state standards. We're talking about the Texas STAAR, Florida B.E.S.T, California CAASPP, and Arkansas Atlas. It also features deep support for College Board AP rubrics, including the specialized DBQ and LEQ frameworks for history and the synthesis rubrics for English. EssayGrader.ai has been calibrated and trained using these standards-aligned frameworks to ensure the grading stays as close to human expert evaluation as possible. But EssayGrader.ai is not just for the US market. EssayGrader.ai is a global tool. It also has international curriculum frameworks including the UK, Cambridge Primary, International Baccalaureate, IB, and specific national standards for Canada and Australia. Now, aligning to rubrics and state standards is critical, but alignment alone isn't enough. The real question educators and administrators care about is this: is EssayGrader.ai actually accurate? Because we're not grading blog posts. We're evaluating real student work that contributes to real grades. So let's talk about accuracy. Accuracy matters when it comes to AI essay grading. We're evaluating real student work here that will contribute to their grades. In a study of over 1,000 essays, EssayGrader.ai scores aligned within 96% of human grading. In other words, the grading variance between grades assigned by EssayGrader.ai and human teachers is less than 4%. In the world of AI graders, that level of accuracy and alignment is considered extremely high, and EssayGrader.ai's grading accuracy is generally considered to be the AI grading benchmark in 2026. But don't take my word for it. EssayGrader.ai is also one of the most reviewed AI grading platforms available today, with hundreds of reviews from real teachers and school leaders who consistently highlight its grading consistency and accuracy. Does EssayGrader.ai integrate with LMS? So we've talked about alignment, we've talked about accuracy, but even the most accurate AI grading tool won't help if it disrupts the teacher's workflow. Because teachers don't need another platform to manage. They need something that fits into what they're already using. So let's talk about integration. Does EssayGrader.ai integrate with Google Classroom, Canvas, and Schoology? Yes. EssayGrader.ai natively integrates with all three popular LMS platforms, Google Classroom, Canvas, and Schoology. Unlike other AI graders, EssayGrader.ai doesn't rely on middleware tools like EduLink for LMS integration. Everything is connected to teachers' existing grading workflow. This allows teachers to grade essays without leaving their existing LMS, and they no longer have to download and upload essays between multiple platforms. Teachers often report an average of 20 hours saved per month because of these LMS integrations. How secure are AI essay grading tools? So we've talked about EssayGrader.ai's grading accuracy. We've talked about its workflow integration. But there's one more critical question schools always ask before adopting any AI tool. Is the tool secure? Because in education, student data privacy isn't optional, it's fundamental. So let's talk about security. How secure is EssayGrader.ai? Security is one of the most important questions teachers, principals, and district administrators have when evaluating AI grading tools. AI essay grading tools used in schools must be designed with student data security as a top priority. Reputable platforms adhere to education-specific compliance standards such as FERPA, CAASPP, and other state privacy laws, ensuring student information is handled responsibly. Teachers and/or schools retain full control over their data with the ability to delete submissions, grades, feedback, or entire accounts at any time. Importantly, responsible AI grading platforms do not train their AI models on student work, which is a critical requirement for schools and districts evaluating AI tools. EssayGrader.ai follow these same standards. EssayGrader.ai adheres to the FERPA, CAASPP, and SOPA compliant data practices, encrypts data in transit and at rest, gives full data ownership for schools, and never trains its AI models on student submissions uploaded to the platform. In addition, EssayGrader.ai also adheres to the NIST SP800-53 compliance standards, which is the gold standard for student data privacy and protection. Lastly, for my school admins and principal watching this video, EssayGrader.ai also signs state-specific digital privacy agreements, DPAs, as required by schools and districts with agreements in over 20 states signed to date. In education, innovation matters, but privacy and security matter more. And any AI grading platform used in schools must meet that bar. AI essay grading isn't a future concept. It's here and it's happening. The real difference is whether schools use generic black box AI tools or purpose-built platforms designed specifically for the classroom. As schools evaluate AI grading systems, the factors that matter most are clear. Grading accuracy that matches human graders, standards aligned to the rubrics you use in your classroom, seamless workflows that don't add more work and friction, deep native LMS integrations without the need for middleware mess, and above all, strong data security. If you're looking for faster, more consistent, and compliant AI grading, built for both individual teachers and large districts, all while keeping teachers firmly in control, EssayGrader.ai was designed specifically for that purpose. If you'd like a deeper AI essay grader comparison, I've also created a video reviewing the top AI essay graders and explain how they differ, so you can make the most informed decision for your classroom and district.